I feel even a fragrance that was made that people should smell from it. If it was put in a place, but when not with the intention to smell from it. It was put in a room in order to hide it and to guard it. As a person that goes in there, thank you very much, and smells, makes no bracha. Even if he went in with the intention to smell it. But because it was placed here, not with the intention to smell, so that's called, remember the golden rule of lav l'recha avida, if it wasn't made for a good smell, then you don't make a bracha on it. It has to be made for good smell in order to make a bracha. This is lav l'recha avida. It was not made for good smell. So, even though perfume, good fragrance, they're really there for good smell, but because he put them in a storage place, it's not made to smell now. It was placed for storage. So even though a person walks in, he wants to smell, doesn't matter. Because it was placed not for smell, so there is no bracha on it. But if it's in the chanus, in the store where it's sold, he has to make a bracha on the smell. Any person that goes in and has pleasure from the smell. Every person, if he goes in, even if he didn't have any intention, even if he had no intention, because he placed it there, because what is the intention of the seller? The seller wants that people should smell it and say, it's delicious. They want to sell and they want to buy it. So why is it placed on the shelves in the store? In order for people to smell and say, I must buy this. Must buy it. It's so delicious, I must buy it. So therefore it was placed on the shelf. Here. So bazoi, it was placed here so people could smell it. It was placed with the intention that it could smell. The seller, he makes the brocha.
I mean, the balabas from the store. When he opens up the store, he should make a bracha.
The first time he comes into the store, he makes the bracha. Really, it's machloikis. The Taz, no one says this din. The Taz says that the moicher does not make the bracha. He says the moicher doesn't. Why? Because the moicher, he doesn't want to smell. What does he care? He doesn't care. He just wants them to smell. The Taz holds that you need two things: the gavra and the chefza. It has to be that this was made for a good smell, and I want to smell. It has to be placed here in order to give off a good smell, and I want to smell it. But the Magen Avram holds, the Prima Godim holds. No, it has to be just that this was made. The chefza was made for good smell. Even if I don't want to smell, doesn't matter. I don't want to smell, but I enjoy the smell. I have to make a bracha. Then right away I have to make a bracha. That's why the Alter Rebbe says the moicher also has to make, because the Alter Rebbe doesn't hold like the Taz. He holds like the Magen Avram Pri Megadim. You don't need to have the gavra and the chefza. Just the chefza. Just the chefza. Just that it has to be made for good smell. Another thing that you see the Alter Rebbe is medayik, that the moicher, the seller, makes the bracha b'pam rishona, the first time. Why not? When
he goes out,
he goes out, he goes back, he goes out, he comes back. Why not? Why not? The truth is that there is a machloikis. The Shulchan Aruch says that if a person goes in and out, he has to make it again a bracha, unless he's planning to come back in. Mm-hmm. But if he's planning to come back in, he doesn't have to make another bracha. Now, how long could you be out before? So the Taz holds a whole day. It doesn't matter if you're out for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours. If you're planning to come back and you came back within the day, it's all in part of the same bracha. The Magen Avram says you have to come back l'alter. You have to come back right away. You have to come back l'alter right away.
You don't make him for nothing.
How long is right away? I don't know.
You
2
go out
minutes.
for mincha and you come back.
2 minutes, 2 hours, it's another discussion how long is right away. But here the Alter Rebbe says, only the first time of the day. But I was thinking maybe that everyone agrees to this. Because when do we say that nichnas v'yoytze, do you have to make a separate brocha? When do we say nichnas v'yoytze, you have to make a separate brocha? This was only said for the customers, because the customers they don't belong in the store. So if they go out, that's it. They have to make a new brocha, unless they plan to come back. And according to the Magen Avraham, they have to come back within a reasonable amount of time. Otherwise, that's it. It's over. But the moicher, that's his derech. He opens the shop in the morning. He opens the gate. He opens the store. He goes inside. Then he goes out to get a banana. He comes back in the store. Then he goes out to mincha ma'ariv. Comes back in the store. Then he goes out to see a supplier. Comes back to the store. This is all in a day's work. The Braise is talking about. The Braise doesn't talk about a seller. The Braise says, if you remember the Braise we have here in the Gemara, the Braise says, "Hanichnas lechanusa shel besam." A customer who walks into the store, so then v'riach reach, and he smells. Afilo yoshev sham kol hayom kulei mevarech elachas. He makes one bracha. Nichnas v'yotze. If he goes in and out, mevarech al kol pam pam. He makes a bracha again and every time. This was in the Gemara that we learned in Daf Nun Gimel Amud Aleph, 7-8 lines from the bottom. So we say that when do you have to make a bracha every time? So the Maram Rottenberg said that when do you have to make a. You see, you have here Daf Nun Gimel. You want the Gemara? Daf Nun Gimel Amud Aleph. 12 lines from the bottom, I'm sorry. 12 lines from the bottom. 12 lines, the last word of the line is shell.
Right.
The Braise says, person that goes into the store of the besem, of the good fragrance, and he smelled a good smell. Even if he sat there all day, he makes only one bracha. He walks in and out. He makes a bracha every time. So the Maram Rottenberg says, and that's Aloch and Shulchan Aruch, that when do you make a bracha every time? If you go in and out, you have to make a bracha every time. When? Only if you're not planning to come back. If you're planning to come back, you don't have to make another bracha. How did the Maram Rottenberg know his din? The Braisa just says, every time you walk in and out, you have to make another bracha. So maybe the way he knew his din was very simple. Because the Braisa says, Hanichnas lechanusa shabes. I'm talking about the customer. How come we're not talking about the seller? So the Maram thought, because the seller is different. The seller is a different cheshbon. The seller is a different cheshbon. Because the seller, he's, whatever, there's no hesach hadas. He opens up the shop and he closes the shop at the night. Only for the customers that when we sing nichnas v'yotze. Why? Because the seller is always planning to come back. The customer usually doesn't come back. That's why nichnas v'yotze mevarech. That's why the Maram thought that that's the pshat. That if he's planning, that when do we say you have to make another bracha? Because he was not planning to come out. But if he's planning to come back, is good. But the seller, so it could be that the seller makes only once a day, and that's what the Alter Rebbe says. The seller only makes once. So my father-in-law and his brother-in-law, they both have a store and a flower shop. My uncle has it on 13th Avenue. The store has been there for 50 years, you know. One of the oldest stores on 13th Avenue, Kinneret Flower Shop. And my Shved has, Crown has florists, also one of the oldest stores on Kingston Avenue. So
You go in there, and you smell the flowers.
I asked my wife's uncle. So I said, "What do you do?" He said, "My Ruvet gesucht as that every time I open the shop, I went once a bracha for the day. Once a bracha." He says every day he opens the shop. In the morning he comes in, and when he smells it's good, he makes a bracha once for the day.
Well, what's the bracha talking about? Flowers, burning in the summer.
There's all kinds of flowers. There's mine, there's atzeh, there's isbeh, there's this, is a suffix. You don't know. They make more than mine psalmim again. If you know for sure you have atzei, izbei, if you have a suffix, you don't know what's going on, so you can make boidem in ipsam. But if you know what you're doing, you have to make atzei and atzei, izbei and izbei. Even if it's in a storage room, not if he picked it up with his hand, he picked it up from its place, to put it at his nose, to smell it, he has to make a bracha. Because they were made for a good smell. In this place that they're sitting now, it's not there for a good smell. When he picked it up from his hand, he made a shinim mokim into his hand, so now you make a bracha. So again, if it's in the store, it's nasa l'reach, it's l'reach avida, everyone has to make a bracha. Not only the customer, but also the seller. If it's in a storage room, you don't make a bracha. But even in a storage room, if you went and you picked it up with your hand in order to smell it, you make a bracha. A person who picks up a fruit, if he only wants to eat it, but then he changes his mind and he picks up the fruit to his nose to smell it. He has to make a bracha, as we explained earlier, because he made a shinim mokim, because it was there before, it was placed in the hand to eat, not to smell. But now that he picked it up to his nose, so now it's Shana Mokim Shana Mazel. So the Toiva Ulevrocha.
Oh, from here the guns do Ulevrocha.
Yeah, Shana Mokim is now he makes a brocha. Okay. So Sif Halacha Yud Aleph. Reach Tov Shein L'Ikar. Every Reach Tov that has no Ikar. Kegoin, for example, Begonim HaMukbarim. Those days, what did the cleaners do? The cleaners would have these big cages, and they would put the begodim on top of it. And then they would take ketoidus, they would take incense, and then they'd put it on fire, on coals, and the scent would go up into the begodim, and the begodim would smell, delicious. Right? The Gemara says, in Tveria and Tzipori, in Tveria, Erev Shabbos, they used to make the begodim muvosomim. They should really smell good. L'kovet Shabbos. And in Tzipori, they did it Motzah Shabbos, L'kovet Shabbos. So now, if I smell these begodim, what's the din? Some say you don't make a bracha on the reich. When we learned the Gemara, we spoke about it. It's a machloikas rishonim. The Rambam and the Tur. The Tur says, I don't get it. It smells good. You have to make a bracha. The Rambam says, Ein lo ikar. There's no ikar, you don't make a bracha. Right? So, what's the machloikas? So, one simple way of understanding the machloikas is like this. Why is the reason we make brachas? The Gemara says, a person who doesn't make a bracha is as if he's mal. It's as if he did mi'ila, right? As if he did mi'ila.
There's no mi'ila by Reich.
Oh, very good. Shmulik is a good. There's no mi'ila by reich, but there is sometimes. And the Rashi says, the Gemara says, depends. Before, if he picks up the k'toides before it was put into the base of mikdash on the flame, and he smells the k'toides, there is mi'ila. And Rashi says, because there is substance to this perfume, to these k'toides. So therefore, it's mashma from Rashi. If it was no substance, it wouldn't be mi'ila. So the Rambam, it's interesting that the Rambam, when he starts off the halachas, he says it's also to eat without a bracha, because if not, you're going to be mi'ila. So the Rambam holds that the whole thing is mi'ila. So he says over here, there's no mi'ila. There's no mi'ila, so you don't have to make a bracha. But the Tur, if you look in the Tur, when he starts Hilchas Brachos, he never says a word about mi'ila. He holds that it's a drush. That's not the reason we make a bracha. He made the bracha, he says, because you have to call it hanehenin mer'el mazeh, tzarich levarach. If you have pleasure from God's world, you have to make a bracha. But which pleasure? Pleasure of eating, drinking, smelling. Pleasure goes into your guf, not that goes around your guf. So every pleasure you have to make a bracha. So the Tur says, that's what the Tur says that I'm any maven, I don't understand. He's having a pleasure, why shouldn't he make a bracha? So it boils down to the reason why do we make a bracha. According to the Rambam, we make a bracha in order not to be mi'ila. If you say it's not to be mi'ila, but that's why we make a bracha, but re'ach she'en lo iker, there's no mi'ila. But if you say the reason we make the bracha is because we're having nena, we're having pleasure from Hashem's world, and mi'ila is a side thing. So that's what the Torah says. I'm enjoying the smell. What's the difference? Yesh liker, ein liker, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, mi'ila, no mi'ila. Who cares? I'm smelling, I'm enjoying. You have to make a bracha. So what should we do? There's a machloikis. So toiv lochash v'limnoya milariach mehem. A person should not smell it. That's it. Don't smell it. Don't smell. Obviously, if you have no choice, you're wearing the jacket, it smells. It smells. But don't go like this. Tam ganei. Don't do it.
Because it's nothing really there.
Now, I have a simple question. now. The rabbi who put together this book, the footnotes, brings us halacha from Shlomo Zalman Auerbach and from Rav Elyashiv that they said that today's perfumes are not boisem machlal, it's synthetic,
most of them,
and therefore it's a reach she'en lo iker.
But there is though.
Not only that, but they're poison.
Good.
Make a bracha on poison.
They're
harmful.
Harmful to eat or harmful to smell?
Breathe in.
To smell?
Yeah. Today's like Axe deodorant, the undisclosed chemicals. They've been linked to all kinds of cancer and respiratory damage and all this stuff.
Okay. So, pastrami sandwich have killed many people too.
Oh yeah.
But over a long period of time. And you enjoyed going. You enjoyed the process.
I know my wife for 18 years, and every day she puts on perfume, and we're still alive.
Well, she puts on expensive, good stuff then.
Oh, okay, so we'll talk about the good stuff.
Okay.
So he brings here in the order. First of all, I don't know if the Alter Rebbe holds of that, but be it as it may. Lama zogen takazoi. Today, all the perfumes is that I told you in the other year that not all the perfumes are synthetic. Some of them are made from real stuff. No, lu yiyeh kidvarecha, they're all synthetic. Say they're all synthetic. Let's make believe, okay? But Lepoil, what is it? What is the Rav Elyashiv saying? What did the Rav Auerbach say? That's a reach she'en lo iker. The truth is, the Shulchan Aruch says that reach she'en lo iker, you're allowed to smell it without a broch, and that's it. But the Alter Rebbe says, since it's a machlok, it's an amam of the Tur, it's toiv lochash v'limanoya maliriach behem. It's better to be choishish for the Tur Shitte and not to smell it. So lu yiyeh, even if it's true that all the stuff today, Estee Lauder, all the chazerai, all the perfumes that are sold today are reach she'en lo iker. It's not true, but say it was true. It's reach she'en lo iker. Okay, so what? But that's the Alter Rebbe says, toiv lochash v'limnoya malariach behem. Obviously, if you have to be next to the bottle when they give a spritz, otherwise.
I mean, taking it and smell it. That's what I mean.
Right.
Not just you pass by and smell. Take it to smell it, then you.
Yeah, verstehen, emes. But I'm saying, but a woman that goes into the store, a fruma yidene, yeah, a fruma yidene. So she goes and she smells it, to enjoy it, right? So why should but the Alter Rebbe says toiv lochash v'limnoya malariach behem.
Maybe in the Alter Rebbe time there was no fake like we have today.
No, but the Alter Rebbe is talking about reach she'en lo iker. A reach she'en lo iker. They say that. So that's my shaila. Is the fake worse than a reach she'en lo iker? The Alter Rebbe is saying.
The Alter Rebbe that it's worse.
The Alter Rebbe doesn't talk about it. And Alter Rebbe doesn't talk about it. They're saying that a reach she'en lo iker, but they're going with the Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch just paskins like the Rambam. Reach she'en lo iker. You don't have to make a brocha. Finished. Okay. So Rav Elyashiv said. Today's thing, it's synthetic, reach she'en lo iker, but finished. No, okay, I get it. But the Alter Rebbe holds that reach she'en lo iker is toiv lochash v'limanoya malariach behem. That it's better to be choshish and not to smell it. So
because you go into a suffix, you have to make a bracha or not, so it doesn't smell it.
Okay, so maybe I should do like Shmulik. I shouldn't go. If my wife just gave a spritz right now, I shouldn't go. Schmeckt gut. Takich will sagen a compliment. They tell her a different compliment.
No, it smells good, but you don't think it to smell it.
What's the difference if deliberate or not? She's near you anyway. You're going to smell it anyway. Deliberate or not. You're talking about
whatever you can't do. The Alter Rebbe just says, Toiv lochush v'lemenoya. It didn't say to jump over the moon. But
Don't dwell on it. Don't.
yeah. So my question, right? Yeah, exactly. So my shaila is, or maybe you would say that the synthetic stuff today is so bad, it's even worse than a reich she'en lo yikir. So therefore, even the Alter Rebbe will agree that you're allowed to smell it. I'm not asking, I'm just asking a question.
But not to make a bracha.
I think there's a legitimate issue as to the price of the cologne, as to how good it is.
Right.
Price.
Okay. If it was a dish that the besamim were in it and the reach got into the walls of the dish, like if the besamim is in a box, like a wooden box, after a year, even if you throw the besamim out, the wooden box will still smell. You can't make a bracha. It was never placed in the wooden box in order for the wooden box to get the smell into it. So it's lav l'recha avida. It wasn't the whatever smell is in the walls of of this dish in the wood is not made for reich. Therefore, it's you can't make a bracha. Okay.